Welcome back to Trading 360. NIO reports its earnings early next week. EV stocks continue to be in focus. Today, we'll learn more about Tesla's Cybertruck from the event that's taking place this afternoon. So EVs in focus, and our panel is ready. Anthony Sassine's with us, Senior Investment Strategist at Crane Shares, and Cory Johnson, Chief Market Strategist at the Futurum Group. Thank you both for being with us. Cory, you were talking about what we saw, the signing of the battery swapping technology, NIO. What kind of position is NIO in a competitive landscape?
You know, I would say an experimental position. So what they're trying with this battery swapping is this really novel solution to this road anxiety issue, which is the idea that you could drive your vehicle up to a station, and instead of filling it with gas or sitting there for it to charge, you have the battery swapped out in 5 or 10 minutes and have a new battery put in. It's a different model. It's a very capital intensive model, and it's a uniquely Chinese model. China's doing a lot of things in the EV sector that are just not seen anywhere else in the world. A lot of really, really cheap cars with short mileage, and then you have this novel idea of battery swapping that is a small part of their business, but a lot of the excitement around the stock is hopes that it'll be something someday for somebody.
And Anthony, do you think NIO is a winner? Does it compete in the space?
Well, it's definitely one of the main EV companies with very impressive technology, impressive cars, impressive brand, and they try to sell you the lifestyle of NIO, but it hasn't been doing as well over last year or so, and especially in terms of sales, because that's what's most important at the end of the day. And I think there's multiple reasons there, right? And one of them is the China macro conditions, where consumer are not spending, especially on big tickets. And as you know, NIO operates in a top premium or mass segment, premium segment in China. So their cars are a little more expensive, and also they're not, as much going head to head with Li Auto, which is outpacing them, and then selling better cars and having better traction. And the second thing is they keep coming up with new models every year. So you get into a few months where NIO sales were very low, and then they pick up after 3 months, and then they go down. They haven't been able to break through the 20,000. They haven't been able to focus on a few cars. So yeah, no, they need to kind of look at the strategy, and they are now, and reconsider.
Yeah, okay. So we need to wait and learn some more from the company. Tesla today at 241. Cory, your thoughts as we're learning more about the Cybertruck? I think we'll learn more about the deliveries. I know that there's expectations for the deliveries for 2025. 2024 is a little more vague as they try and get this thing up and running. Your thoughts on Tesla?
As they should be. Have you seen the truck, Nicole? It's really crazy looking.
Not in person. There was one in Lincoln Center. I wanted to go by, but I missed it.
I've actually run into a few of them, not actually run into them, I'm a better driver than that, but I've seen them on the road. I saw one in Berkeley a few weeks ago. I saw one in Oakland last week. They're really crazy looking, and I think that's part of the idea. I think they don't really know how they're going to sell, so the expectation around sales in the first year or second year, those are going to be the enthusiasts, the people willing to jump into this DeLorean-looking steel vehicle. I don't know that your average F-150 driver is going to run out to get this vehicle because it just looks so weird. I think it's going to appeal to some people and be a turnoff for a lot of other people. But where they are in year 3, 4, and 5, that's what's really going to matter for the sales of this vehicle.
Which names would you buy today? Cory, I'll start with you.
Well, I think we want to look at, there's a lot of different areas that are at play here when we come to electric vehicles. The charging companies, we've got an interview with this week in our Drill Down podcast with the CEO of Blink Charging. It's a very interesting business with a lot of emphasis behind the move towards electric vehicles, the long-term business of these charging networks, regardless of what kind of cars are on the road, trucks are on the road, they're going to need a charge somewhere. So those are interesting businesses to look at in addition to the auto manufacturers. Tesla is this crazy valuation when you compare it to other vehicle manufacturers of any stripe, including other electric vehicle drivers, vehicle creators, I should say. But what's really interesting about it is they're no longer the only game in town, yet the stock is still kind of valued as if it's the only game in town. It's an interesting one to look at.
Anthony, which names would you buy today or consider buying today?
I like to buy the whole ecosystem, right? To kind of hedge my risk and make sure I'm exposed to all the different industries that are involved in that transition. It's not just Tesla or NIO or the car companies. You have, like Cory said, the charging companies, the mining companies, the battery, they all participating. From just from a name perspective on the EV side, I think Tesla is still the leader and will be the leader for a while in many aspects. And then BYD is doing really well in China. If you look at the sales over this year, they've been hitting on all cylinders. They're now selling the most EV cars, and their Blade battery is also popular. And the last one is Li Auto. Li Auto as well continue to outperform. It has really gained the hearts of the Chinese. It's been selling tremendously, and within 3 years they were able to become profitable without any major anchors. So these three names, I think, they're leading the way now on the EV side.
All right. Thank you both very much. And we'll learn more about the Cybertruck throughout this day as well. Anthony Sassine of Crane Shares, Cory Johnson of the Futurum Group. Thank you both for being here.